So just as important as everything else that we've been talking about as far as clearing out your energy, clearing out all of your emotions from your divorce. Hey, hello. The people that you have in your circle is just as important. I call it your healing circle, your healing tribe. So when I was going through my divorce, I definitely had to take a look at the people that I had in my circle: family, friends, acquaintances, all of that. Because I was so sensitive to other people's opinions, to other people's perceptions, to other people's thought of what I should do, right? That I lost myself a bit, right? And it was hard for me to decipher what was my own feelings and emotions or what was someone else's, my mother's, my friends, my church community. So when I really began my journey, my healing journey, I had to take a really good look at who was my support system. Do they think the way that I think at this point? Do they want the same things for me that I want for myself? Do they understand their position in my life right now? And do I understand and am I able to set the boundaries for the people in my life? And I'm not necessarily talking about, your ex, right? Your ex-husband, the person you're going through the divorce with, because that's a whole nother topic. I'm talking about your support system, right? The people in your life, the people that may have been your support system for all of these years or for some time, coworkers, whomever, but maybe just don't fit in your life at this particular point. When you're going through a healing journey, right, and then you're also coupling it with something as difficult and as soul draining, right, as a divorce, the people you have in your life need to be looked at with like a fine tooth comb, because they can either be your best allies, right, or they can literally destroy what you're trying to do. Okay. So, what I like to tell people is this: be very certain about what you want and where you're headed, right? What your goals are. I'm focused on this outcome. Not necessarily outcome. I'm focused on this particular feeling that I want to feel, right? I'm going here. Are you? And then start asking these questions to yourself, not necessarily to them yet, but is this person aligned with where I'm going? When I'm talking to this person, are they bringing up things about like negative things? Am I finding that I'm in this conversation with them and it's going more towards the negative as far as what my ex is doing, how unfair things are, how wrong he is? Or maybe on the other spectrum, like, my mother was with me. Well, what are you doing wrong, Naima? Well, what did you do? Well, what can you do better? What could you change? How did you show up in the marriage? So it was very criticizing. Either way, whether you have someone that's criticizing him or you have someone that's criticizing you, that's not what you need in this particular stage that you are in. You may be all kinds of wrong. He may be all kinds of wrong, but right now that's not the focus. The focus is what is going to get you out of the rut that you're in and moving on to a better position so that you're able to process all of these emotions and become the person and live the life that you want to live. It's not time to, speak to a whole bunch of different people, be it, like I said, coworkers, friends, family. We'll get into the breakdown of people and their positions in their life, right? So actually, this new series that I'm speaking about today is also going to be a 5-part series, like all of the other ones. I don't know what's up with this five thing, number five. However, I want to talk today about just the importance of the people that you have in your circle right now, right? Your healing circle. Also, the roles that your family plays in this aspect right now, as well as where your friends come into play. And I like to, talk some. I have this phrase called my tribe members, right? They're not necessarily friends. They're not necessarily, family members, but they're tribe members. And so I'm going to get into what that means too. Okay, and then also at the end, kind of wrap it all together about the importance, of it all, and just understanding the seasons of family, friends, and, you know, your tribe members. So back to what I was talking about, you know, where I started out is making sure that you're taking a good account of who's in your ear, right? Who who's in your circle? How are you feeling? When you go to your mom's house, are you feeling inspired? You may feel still sad because, I mean, listen, you're going through a divorce. Okay, we get that, right? You're going to go through that emotion. You're going to feel sad, but you can also feel inspired within your sadness, right? And I hope that you get that and you kind of understand where I'm coming from for that. I know that I'm going through this, you know, this trying time, but I still am hopeful of the future. And so, what I mean by that is pay attention to the energy that you feel when you're around certain people, right? Am I feeling inspired to want to be better, to do better? Or am I kind of feeling like I'm right back in a, you know, in a slump when I'm speaking to this person? And it could even actually be, and pay attention to it closely, because they may not necessarily come out and say this. They may not even come out and criticize you openly like that, but it's an energy, a feeling, a look, a vibe, right? We talk a lot about vibe and vibrations, right? And some people will say, well, what is a vibe? What do you are a vibration? There's a popular term, I'm sure all of you've heard it, as far as, you know, the vibe was off. Well, vibe is a word that was derived from vibration, right? And so we all know what a vibe is. We all know when the energy is off. That is the vibration, the energy that that person is giving off. You can feel it without any words being said, without even any looks being given. You can feel how you feel with that other person. So start paying attention to that. All of that has something to do with and goes into your healing journey, right? The people that you're not vibing with, right? The people that you're not feeling inspired with are the people that you may not need to be with at this time. I am not saying in no shape, way, or form that these people can no longer be in your life at all, ever. But what I am saying is there is a time and there is a place, there is a season for certain people. I'm going to get into tomorrow uh, the story of, you know, my friendship, my circle, my healing journey, and the family members, the very, very, very close family members that I had to part from a period of time because they were not aligned with my healing journey, right? And I had to choose myself before I could expect anybody else to show up any different for me. I had to show up differently for myself, right? So I will say the people that are supposed to be in your life at this time will show up. It's kind of like that old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, right? Same thing. When your spirit is ready, when you are ready to go to a next level, to go to a higher level, your tribe members, your support system will come through, right? And the last thing that you need to think about is, should I, you know, battle this person, this family member, this friend, or should I be discussing, you know, my business honestly in an argumentative fashion with this person who had no part in my marriage, right? Maybe of course they knew your husband, knew you, enjoyed some aspects of your life together, but they were not in the marriage with you, right? Their name is nowhere on that marriage certificate. So that's the last person that you need to be in a battle with, right? That you need to be arguing and justifying anything with. So remember that I speak with so many women who are not only battling out with their ex-husbands in courts and all that, but they're also battling their friends and their family. Why? You have to come to the point where it's like, listen, I can't do both, right? And unfortunately, you didn't make the cut, mother, or you didn't make the cut, sister, or you didn't make the cut, friend. I have to do what's best for me. I don't have the energy for you right now. And if you have children, which I had young children at the time as well, my focus needs to be there, right? So to wrap it all up, like I said, I really want to keep these lives 10 minutes or less. And I can go on a rant with this. That's why I love the Free and Clear program, because we really go in depth and bring out, you know, the science behind it, the spiritual aspect behind it, just the natural energy behind it, and really spend some time focusing and digging all of this stuff up, right? But on these lives, it's really just a quick, little quick tidbit of what we do to discuss in the Free and Clear course. But I do want to leave you with this morning. Today, this week, for the next 5 days, since this is how long, I plan on having this topic going on, take some time to evaluate how the people in your life are showing up for you and how you feel in their presence. Okay? Take some time and evaluate your healing circle, right? At this point, you may not even need to say anything to them. You just want to receive and kind of figure out, is this the person that's going to help me to stand in my corner so that I can stop this emotional cycle, so that I can get to the place where I want to be. Okay, so that's what I want to talk to you about this week. If you have any questions, any comments about anything regarding this particular topic, as far as your healing circle and stories, please DM me. Thank you so much for all of the DMs that I'm getting as far as, can you talk about this? Can you talk about that? Absolutely. I would love to. I love doing these lives. I love sharing my Pearl Moment journal talk with you guys. I think it's glaring. I love this journal too. Most of the ladies, or all of the ladies so far, have loved this particular journal. It's something that you get in the Free and Clear program, and it's called the Reflection Journal. It's unique and customized to the Free and Clear program. It says Pearl Moment on there, and it's actually a mirror, right? So as you're journaling, you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're reflecting, right? I love it. It's been a lifesaver. Journaling has been a lifesaver for me, and there's tips and tools in there on how to use it. But anyhow, love you. I am looking forward to your happy, healthy, and whole life. Remember, I am only a DM away. If you need anything, please, my team and I would love to support you as much as possible. I do this work because I've been where you are. I know what it takes to get to the other side, and I want that happy, healthy, and a whole life for you, because it is possible. And I know how hard it can be. I know how difficult it can be, but I also know how great it is on the other side, and the tools and the strategies and the tips that you need to really get you there in an exponential way, right? Something that's not going to take you years of therapy. Been there, done that, didn't work for me. Listen, I have a life to live, right? I'm just turned 41 not too long ago, and I want the rest of my life to be the life that I choose for myself. I want to live great. I want to accomplish those dreams, and I know you do too, right? So anyhow, love you. Wishing you the best for your day today. I'm here in Houston. It's kind of raining today. I was planning on taking a bike ride. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see.